I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. AI is here. AI is coming. AI is growing. It's going to be in your face whether you like it or not. It's not going anywhere. It's not going back to the old days. We're not going back to when there was no AI. AI's been around for the past couple years, but nobody paid attention to it. And now it's like more prevalent. It's more prevalent. It's more prevalent. It's more prevalent. It's more in your face, in your face, in your face, in your face, right? So with that being said, you can either run from it, hide from it, or you can conquer it and use it to your benefit. AI is not your enemy. People who know how to use it is what's going to put you out of business. Other photographers, other creators that know how to use it, who are not scared of it, is what's going to put your ass out of business. All right?
Am I really that much? And breaking these niggas down like a camera. You don't really know you.
Hello, baby. My name is Sirenredd, and I'm the Creepreneur. Every week, I give you business tips and tricks on how to create or how to maintain your creative business. So, you guys, you know what today is. You know what today is. Today is Motivational Monday. Today is Motivational Monday, and this is my new setup. Let me know what you guys think. I am doing it in my bedroom. I felt like in front of my vanity, I felt like it's a lot more light, a lot more better light or whatever. And it's also too cold to do them in car. It's also too cold to do in a car. And it's like, I could sit there with the heat on, but who wants to do that? Because it's gas. And then it's like on the Bluetooth goes to, it was just too much. So I just decided to change out the background a little bit. I hope you guys like it. I don't know if this is going to be my permanent, because I am in the process of redecorating my apartment. So I might find another area that I do like more. We'll see. But anywho, this is where we are for today. But today's video is going to be an interesting video. And usually I just do, like I always do motivational. Motivation Mondays is all about motivation and stuff like that. Today is Motivational Monday. But usually I focus on just like overall, and I do have a mic now too, so y'all might see me pick it up sometime. Usually I just focus on overall like wellness and overall mindset and stuff like that. But guess what I did, y'all? I spent $500. I spent $500 on AI technology. Okay, I spent $500 on AI technology, right? And I did this because I know that as a creative, we see a lot of things going on around the world, around social media and in the news and stuff like that. Everybody's talking about AI is this, AI is replacing jobs, artificial intelligence that, and what is bad for the environment. Some people are saying it's good, some people are saying it's bad, some people saying they don't like the way it looks, some people saying they do love the way. It's just so much information out there about AI. But again, when anything new comes, people are scared of change. Like a lot of times people are scared of change. So you're going to hear more negative chatter than you would positive chatter, because change scares people. And the thing about AI is they're saying that AI is taking people's jobs, and that is what's making everybody kind of like being taken aback by AI. And they don't really want to mess with it, and they don't really want to they think that if they ignore it, it's going to go away. And that's why I wanted to make this video, because at the end of the day, AI is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. We know about it. It's starting to become more and more like before. Like I feel like in the beginning of the year and like 2 years ago, it wasn't as prevalent in the community. Like I remember somebody told me about ChatGPT probably like 2 years ago, but I didn't really take it seriously, and I wasn't really using it like how I've been using it lately, and I'm about to explain. But so I just wasn't taking it seriously. I didn't really and as a creative, like I always like to make things with my hands. I always like to make things natural, stuff like that. So I didn't really gravitate towards it. So before I get into the actual video, I want to tell you guys why I became obsessed with it and why I ended up spending $500 in the month of November on AI products, and how it has changed my life. It has changed how I view things. It has changed how it's changed how I view things. It's changed how I do things, and it changed how I view things, and it changed how I do things, basically. Y'all know I stutter or whatever, but yeah. So I was scrolling on Instagram like I do, just scrolling on Instagram. Y'all know I'm always on social media. My business is on social media. I just love social media in general. I'm a millennial. I'm a social media girly. Like, I love Instagram. That's my shit. So I was on Instagram just scrolling, and I seen this ad, and it was an ad about like a guy. He was like living in his parents' garage. He was working at McDonald's, had a shitty life or whatever. But it wasn't exactly what the ad was about, because that don't really like move me. You get what I'm saying? Because that's not my situation. Thank God. But and no judgment to whose situation is. But what moved me is at the end of the ad was engaging. I will say that, because I do like animation and stuff like that. So I was more so watching it for the creativity. And when it got to like the end of the ad, it said AI filmmaking. So his words that he used is what grabbed me and made me, want to look more into this. So it said AI story making. So AI filmmaking. I was like, AI filmmaking? You telling me you made this whole like commercial, this whole like mini movie with AI, and it looks like this? It doesn't look like that. What I'm used to seeing on AI is just like, I don't know, like some random 3D like animal doing like just some weird shit. Like, I'm used to seeing like weird stuff, so I was never impressed. But I'm like, you telling me you made that with AI? Okay, let me subscribe. So I go to his school and I purchased it for $5. That's $5. That's the first $5 that we spent, right? So I go to his account and I click on it, and I go to his account and I click on it. I sign up for the school account just like that, because filmmaking, that's my shit. All my businesses are ran based off like the commercials and stories that I tell, that I write and direct, and then I put ads on them, which is how I sell my Airbnbs, which is how I sold my makeup. It's just how I sold my photo shoots. It's just that's what I do. I'm a storyteller. I love writing stories. I love directing stories. I love creating films and images and stuff like that. So I gravitate towards that. So I get in his school account. I start going through his courses and stuff like that. And I'm just learning so much. And that's when I became obsessed, because I'm like, I thought that AI was one thing. And I thought that what people were doing, they were just telling AI like, hey, make me a story about a dog. And again, you can do this with AI, but I'm going somewhere with this, right? I felt like AI was like, okay, make me a story about a dog. And then AI would just create you like some random shit about a dog. Like, I didn't think that it actually had work that goes into it. But apparently, it's not that AI does it for you, it's that AI works with you. So I became obsessed watching his videos. I watched them like all the way to the end, sometimes like a couple times. And I started looking in the community and stuff like that. And I started seeing like all the other like animations and realism and all the like little mini movies and commercials that people were creating. I was like, how is this AI? Like, I thought AI was one thing, but AI is actually many things. So after that, then I was like, okay, let me try to make my own AI commercial. Y'all, I'm about to put it right here. This is the first commercial. I'm gonna actually cut so y'all can just watch it with the audio. This is the first commercial I made with AI. This is the first commercial I made with AI, right? This is the first one. I'm gonna put the second one too. I'm gonna put the second one because the second one is important, because the first one is what I was gonna use to promote these. What I'm gonna tell you later so I'm gonna just tell you guys now. I'm gonna tell you. So I decided I'm gonna do 30 days of AI starting December 1st, and I'm gonna teach creators how they can implement AI into their business to help them become more profitable and help to make their business run smoother. So basically help make their life easier or whatever, because I've been using AI for a lot of things. I invested in a lot of things and stuff like that. It's just so much to learn. Like, I'm so obsessed. So yeah, so that was my first video that I made with AI. And I just came obsessed over that, because I'm like, now I can literally direct my own videos, and all I gotta do is like create an image. I could tell the AI what kind of image I want to create, and then I could tell them what type of movement I want, and it could generate me a prompt for that movement. I could put that prompt in another AI system, which makes that image that I created move, and then I could lace all those images together and then create a voiceover with another AI, and there I got a commercial, a mini movie. Like, what? My commercials cost me thousands of dollars. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying that I'm not going to shoot. I'm not saying that I'm not going to shoot in person, because I'm not saying that at all. And we're going to get to that in my 30-day AI series to get you ready for 2026. We're going to get to that, right? So I'm not in no way, shape, or form saying I'm not going to shoot in person, because there's a lot of AI tools that I can use in person to also make my business better. But I'm just saying the fact that I could do all that was insane to me, and that's when I realized. Like, AI is not here to replace us. AI is here to make everything easier. Just like when Instagram first came out, I was a Facebook girly. Everybody was on Facebook. I wasn't really jacking Instagram. Like, it just looked like pictures to me. It looked like boring and stuff like that. And then fast forward 10, 20 years later, Instagram, people are making thousands of dollars, millions of dollars off Instagram. People are building personal brands. People are selling products. People have businesses on Instagram. You get what I'm saying? But at first, when Instagram started, we wasn't sure about Instagram. It was like, what is this? Why is this? Who cares about this? And then eventually it became a big part of our lives. And I feel like the same thing's going to happen with AI as well. And I feel like creators being scared of it is what's going to leave you behind, because it's here whether or not we want it to be or not. And the key is learning how to make it work for you instead of just running from it. Okay? Because in order for AI to work for you, in order for AI to be creative, a creative has to put their thoughts into that AI. You get what I'm saying? Because if you don't tell AI exactly what to do, AI is just going to do anything. And most of the time, it's not going to be, as artistic as it would be coming from a person. So that's why I say, this is why I was making this video. To tell you guys that I spent $500 in the month of November just to prove that AI is not our enemy, it is our friend. But now with that long ass spiel, this is going to be a long video. I meant for this video only be 10 minutes, but with that long ass spiel, let me go ahead and get into the video, okay? I just had to tell you guys the backstory of how we even got to this point, because I didn't want to be one of those people that just come up here like, oh yeah, you guys, make sure you use AI, trying to get y'all to buy something. No, I'm really telling y'all like how I came to this conclusion, because I feel like that's important, okay? So with that being said, I hope that with this speaker you guys don't hear it moving too much, but you know what it is. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. AI, you need to think, everybody as a creator, we need to think as AI as our creative partner. The first point that I want to make is that we need to think of AI as our creative partner instead of our enemy, okay? Now, what do I mean by this? This is what I mean by this. I am a creative director. I literally had to draw stick figures and stuff. I literally had to draw stick figures and write my stuff by hand and stuff like that, type my stuff by hand. Every time I want to get a mood board done for a shoot or write out a storyboard, like, it takes hours at a time. Whereas though now with AI, I can literally, I'm going to put an example right here. I can literally write out a story that's in my head, even if it's not like all put together. If I'm like, hey, write me a story about a guy walking his dog and he gets hit by a car. That's all I can say to it, right? AI would take that and create an image from that, create a storyboard frame by frame from that, and then I can just go in and tweak it. Like, okay, change this part about the scene, add some more trees to the scene, add some more of this. Or I can even, wherever we're going to shoot that particular scene at, I could I could take a picture, or get a picture off Google Maps or whatever, put it in AI, tell them like, hey, this is where the scene is going to take place, and this is who my character is going to be. Can you generate a character that looks exactly like this model or somewhat or favors this model? It will put the model in the scene, in the frame for me, in the exact place that we're going to shoot, and now I have a visual storyboard of everything, of all the shots that we need to take to get that particular scene done for me, without having to draw stick figures and stuff like that. Then I can send that to my videographer. He can look at it, and it can be more digestible and understandable, and I don't have to explain like, what's this, what's that, oh, that's supposed to be a tree, oh, that's supposed to be a car, oh, that's supposed to be a squirrel, oh, that's supposed to be the dog. Like, you get what I'm saying? So it makes everything a lot more clear. So that is what I'm saying when you use AI as your partner and not as something that's your enemy, because that makes my job easier. So I'm using it for things that I would normally do that have to take me longer, but that particular story still came out of my head. But AI just helped me generate it better. AI just made it easier for my team to understand what I'm trying to say. AI even made it easier for me to understand what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying? It makes it I can visually see what I'm doing in a quicker manner. So the same vision boards that used to take me 3 days now only take me a couple hours. So now I can take on more of a workload because it's not as much as a workload, because it doesn't take that long, right? even like the other day, before I move on to my next point, I have a one of my old business partners. She doesn't do business, like she wants to be an investor now, but she doesn't do business anymore. She had a photo shoot, like she wanted to do like some headshots or whatever, and she was like, hey, do you have like a list of like poses that you give people and stuff like that? And I said, I don't, but send me your outfit. Send me a good picture of you, and I'm gonna put it in ChatGPT, and I'm gonna describe like the feeling I want to portray. I'm gonna describe your brand and stuff like that. I'm gonna ask it to spit me out some images and stuff like that, some poses that you can use in your shoot tomorrow. I put it in AI. Less than 5 minutes, spit me out some images. I went through the images and see exactly what I thought would fit her, because of course not. It's not everything is not gonna work. So I went through and the images and stuff like that and figure out what could fit her and what wouldn't, and then I put that on another mood board and sent it to her. That took me all of 45 minutes. Whereas before, I would have had to go through Pinterest. I would have had to keep typing in little keywords like business shoots, and now I would have had to keep looking and finding stuff that I thought would make sense and stuff like that, and then piece it all together. Then it's all different types of people looking all different types of ways, and everybody got different outfits on. Versus AI is literally a clone, I don't want to say a clone, but like a little clone of her already in the poses to see how it would look on her frame and her body type in her outfit, so she can comprehend what poses to do. And I don't even have to be there. You get what I'm saying? But I'm still her creative director, because I picked what would best work for her and her brand. It just spit me out a whole bunch of generic business poses that I could choose from, and I told her what I believe would work. And that took me 45 minutes when usually that would take me a whole day. Usually that would take me a couple hours. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I mean by using AI as your partner and not looking at it as your enemy. Okay, so let's move on to my next point. My next point is you can make AI personal. People think that AI is just a generic thing and stuff like that, and everything's gonna look the same, and everything is like it's like everything. Because I think that the common misconception about AI that creatives have is that AI has its own mind. I mean, in a sense, it's artificial intelligence, so in a sense it has its own mind, but at the same time AI is personal to you, because once you start using your systems learn who you are, and once your systems learn who you are, they basically memorize your personality, memorize your brand, they notice how you say stuff and stuff like that, and it starts to curate. The system starts to curate to how you think and how you act and stuff like that. And while I know that sounds like some iRobot shit for real, but think about it, right? So my AI is not going to be the same as your AI. I have a certain type of lingo. I have a certain type of swag. I like sexy stuff. Like it's certain type of animations I like to use. It's certain like vibes and stuff like that. So now when I talk to AI, my AI's name is Todd. Shout out to Todd. When I speak to Todd speaks to me the way I would speak. Todd speaks to me to the way that I speak to him, if that makes sense. So, and I did name him Todd, and he got a man voice too. So, like, if I'm like, hey Todd, how are you? He'll be like, hey Siren, like, what's up, babe? Like, he'll talk to me like that, because that's how I talk to him. So it starts to form to your personality. So not all AI is the same. So when I'm telling Todd to do a project for me, he's pulling from all the projects that we've done, and how I've wrote those projects, and my style of writing, and my personality that comes through writing. So it's like the way I write is not the same that Spike Lee write, right? The way I write is not the same that Tyler Perry writes. We all write differently. So Tyler Perry's AI is going to write like Tyler Perry. Spike Lee's AI is going to write like Spike Lee, right? My AI is going to write like Siren, right? So it's not a generic thing. It's literally like putting your thoughts in a computer, and your computer is saving those thoughts, so that when you do need help creating a project, it's doing it the way you would do it anyway. So it's like, you get what I'm saying? So it's basically yourself. Like, it's basically you're talking to yourself, and yourself is just doing the things that you don't have time to do. So it's more of a personal experience. So that's what I need creatives to understand. So they say like, oh, I don't want to do it because I feel like AI did it like that, right? At the end of the day, even if you were doing, let's say you were a photographer, right? And you started doing AI shoots, because honestly, like all that setting up and stuff like that, unless you want to do that, like that's cool. But like sometimes, like let's say people can't afford the whole coming in the studio and setup and stuff like that. Maybe you can also offer shoots for people who can't afford it. So maybe you can even offer like, hey, I do $100 AI shoot. So I give you $100. You got the $100 AI option. You got the $300 in studio option. You got the $300 I'll come to you option. You got the $500 in studio option, whatever. But you still have, that's another source of income for something that's not going to take you that long. And even though you're like, well, if they can get an AI photo shoot, why don't they just get an AI photo done? Why don't they just do it themselves? That's where you're wrong, because again, your AI is specific to you. So if you're a photographer and you have a specific way of shooting, the way that you describe the way that you describe the picture and how you want the picture to generate is how it's going to generate. The average person doesn't know that. I don't know how to say this without being disrespectful, but the average person is not fucking creative, and we know that. If that was the case, they wouldn't need us. The average person, if you're not a creative, you're just not creative. Like, you ever spoke to I call them logics. You ever spoke to a logic that like people who don't have a creative bone in their body, they just logic. Like the logics are very one track minded. You get what I'm saying? They don't have like crazy ideas. They think about numbers. They think about grammar. They just think in a straight line, which is cool because we need those too. Because we need logics. Because we ain't have logics, shit be going haywire, right? So we need people with structure, okay? But what I'm saying is, they don't, just because they have AI doesn't mean they can describe something beautiful, describe something creative. They don't have that thought in their head in the first place. So why does this matter? So me telling a prompt like, hey, let's say I was a logic, right? And me telling AI like, hey, can you make me a photo shoot with red balloons? It's going to spit out me like a random photo shoot with red balloons. Or I'm going to have to go online and take somebody else's idea that came from a creative, right? Because everything that the AI is doing is something that it already seen before. And if it already seen it before, that means somebody else did it and came from someone else's mind. So keep that in mind. So they go on Pinterest, right? They pull out some random ass like person. They pull out some random person and they copy a picture. Cool. They still copy a creative, right? Versus somebody getting an AI shoot from you and they're saying like, oh, I don't really know what I want, because you know how clients are. I don't really know what I want, but I want the red heart balloons. Okay, make her a photo shoot with red heart balloons, deep shadow backdrop. Have her wearing a red silky dress with a low cut in the middle. Put shimmery glam makeup on her. Make her hair long and wavy. Long eyelashes. Make sure her nails are red. And have her looking up as if she's looking up to the sky. That's how a creative would say something like that. And that's still like, that's just some shit I came off the top of my head. You feel me? But that's how I would describe it. Because when you tell me you want a red photo shoot, I'm thinking of different aspects that I can add, different props, different poses, how to light it. I'm thinking of all that. The average person not thinking about that. So just because it's an AI photo shoot doesn't mean that it's not going to be a photo shoot that's still custom and a photo shoot that you can never think of. A photo shoot that only you can think of. Because if you think about it, we've been using special effects in photo shoots for years. We've been using all that stuff for years, like all that. But now, maybe you don't have to sit on a computer for hours and edit somebody on the top of a fucking elephant. When you could just put it in AI and tell AI that you want an elephant in the picture, you want the elephant if you're doing this, you want Bali in the background, or whatever. You get what I'm saying? So it's just making your life easier for stuff we were already doing in the first place. We were already doing this in the first place, but now AI is doing it for us. So that's what I'm saying. AI is personal to you, right? And my last point before I wrap this up is, I encourage creatives to be creatives, right? And what do I mean by that? Creatives are naturally curious. That's what makes you creative, because you're naturally curious, right? We naturally try things. We naturally like to put things together. We naturally like to see if this works, see if that works. Like we're naturally always using our minds, right? So if you feel like you're afraid of AI, think about when you were afraid to pick up that camera. Think about when you were afraid to pick up that paintbrush. Think about when you were afraid to pick up that staple gun for all my girlies who build the sets like me, or the tape or whatever, or whatever materials, right? Think about that. Think of that first time you were scared to pick up that mic, right? Think of that first time you were scared to pick up the tools that you have been normally using this whole time, right? And then think about how you conquered that. You didn't know how to use it at first. You didn't know. You were kind of scared of it. You wasn't sure, but you kept trying things until you found out what works for you. So the same way you use your camera is not the same way the next person uses their camera. The same way I build a set is not the same way another person builds a set. It's still custom to you. So what my takeaway from what I'm trying to say is, find an AI tool. It's millions of AI tools. Find an AI tool that you like. Do your research. Type in, AI tools that do this, AI tools for artists, AI tools for musical artists, AI tools for photographers, AI tools for entrepreneurs, whatever, right? Look up what AI tools are out there and just take a deep dive. Just take a deep dive. Pick one that jumps out to you most, because I'm telling you, one will jump out to you the most. And I want you guys to make sure you watch my 30-day series, because I have something for everybody. I'm talking people who make clothes, people who take pictures, people who just have, logical businesses, people who have fun businesses, people who do real estate, everything. I got an AI tool that will make your life easier and will help you bring in more sales. I promise you, right? And I am cheap. So I'm telling y'all right now, if I spend $500 off rip, just a random $500 in November just to prove my point, it's lit, right? So I'm saying all this to say is just, I encourage you to explore, be curious, create without boundaries, right? Try the AI apps without expectations and see where it takes you, okay? But if you don't take nothing else from this video, I want you to take this. And I'm gonna hold your hand when I say this. AI is here. AI is coming. AI is growing. It's going to be in your face whether you like it or not. It's not going anywhere. It's not going back to the old days. We're not going back to when there was no AI. AI's been around for the past couple years, but nobody paid attention to it. And now it's like more prevalent. It's more prevalent. It's more in your face, right? So with that being said, you can either run from it, hide from it, or you can conquer it and use it to your benefit. AI is not your enemy. People who know how to use it is what's going to put you out of business. Other photographers, other creators that know how to use it, who are not scared of it, is what's going to put your ass out of business. All right. So with that being said, today is Motivational Monday. I hope this video helps. If it did, please let me know. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.